Hi, and welcome back to the Hope Device. I'm Stephen Eels, and we're looking at module number 16, which is the conclusion of subconscious and conscious minds. In the previous module, we saw how our conscious mind is responsible for sorting the data it receives from our senses. How part of its job is to write the programs that will direct our lives. We learned how it has the filtering responsibility before our subconscious receives the information. Here's a very strange handshake for the two minds, though. See if you can get your head around this notion. Our conscious mind formulates and regulates the information it receives and feeds it into the subconscious mind. But it does so using pre-existing paradigms, meaning that even the learning and processing skills we have are subject to the abilities we have developed to learn and process when we were younger. So then how do we force ourselves out of this loop? If our subconscious mind and our conscious mind are circling the plug hole in this eternal dance, what part of our being is overseeing the process and has the power to change it? Wow, I hear you say. Yes, this is yet another one of those defining moments. The grand aha. The simple answer is you. This is where you find your proof, if you ever doubted, that you are an eternal consciousness, the higher self. Or, if we're still using computer terms, you are the operator. You can at any time step back from your thought processes, both current and historic. You can override your present paradigms, and you can override your information uploads, meaning that you can let your heart decide what's best for you and disengage yourself from your current thinking. Why would you want to do that, you might ask? Only when you've come to the point in your life when you want things to change and you want to understand how to change them any time it suits you, will you be able to answer that for yourself. I'm going to go out on a limb here and answer the question on your behalf. You first took an interest in this program because you were dissatisfied with what you'd been manifesting in your life up to this point. You followed through because you want things to change. And you've stayed this far because you need to understand how it all works so you have the knowledge that will let you change again and again. We've studied affirmations. We know a lie is just a truth out of time. We understand that repetition is the key to change. But for the first time now, we can see clearly that our higher self can play a much bigger role in our experience of this reality. Reaching into our higher selves through meditation, we can find our purpose and get clarity on direction. And now, we also know that we can plot against previous paradigms and feed information directly into our subconscious mind, our autopilot, and change the outcomes. We can bypass the filters that prevent us from changing. Those BS filters that perceive what we are, who we are, and how we fit into things can be unblocked using some of the techniques we've already studied in the Hope Device program. But wait, there's more. There are more shortcuts, more bypassing techniques to learn and practice. There are ways to remove the roadblocks that cause us to circle around the same lines of thinking that create the same results over and again. How do we disrupt the conscious mind, which some call the ego? How do we submit our need to be in control? The old saying that my dad drilled into me out of his own ignorance was, follow your head, not your heart. Think things through. We've seen how flawed that process is, and we want to move away from that thinking. It has only brought us unhappiness and disappointment. Instead, we will use our meditation to still the mind chatter. We will listen to that inner voice that's connected to infinite intelligence. All our answers are there. We will take that information and create an affirmation. Then, we will use repetition to replace our current stimuli. This is our technique for bypassing the ego consciousness, the filters and the constructs of previous paradigms, thus changing our resulting reality. In the next module, we will look at a topic with a very scary name: discipline. But don't be afraid, it's not what you think it'll be. As always, thank you for being an important part of the process for creating this module. It's been a lot of fun. See you in the next module. Ciao.